very big engine of a car, without having fuel, automatically the expected outcome from that car might not make sense. So influence, now people don't get me properly there. Unquestionable integrity, I mean ability to consider your mission and vision and work hard to achieve the expected outcome. Ability to consider your mission and vision and working hard to achieve that outcome without swearing away. You may have all the what we call about source of power, but you are not able to influence the results. Or every time you are changing the mark, every time you're not addressing the true picture of what you really want to go, automatically you may fail on the leadership test. Now, what's the purpose of this course this afternoon? Number one is to help listeners to start building their leadership skills. Number two, to provide to you tools and tips that will make you to be able to apply in the practical environment. It might be a work, it might be a business, it might be a church, it might be any situation which might come in the life. Soon after going through this course, you'll be able to use the knowledge that you get and make a difference to your life and the people around you. Life, mind you, life is not about you. It's about a number of millions of people who will achieve the best if you achieve the best. So in you, those talents, those skills, if they die, they don't go anywhere. Automatically, there are a number of people at your back who also fail to achieve. So just understand that you're a leader. Now you need to use the power you have and leverage it to achieve the best results is expected. Number three, the aim of this course is to provide practical insight on improvement of leadership abilities by starting and ensuring that you start looking around you, act based on the knowledge that you'll get from this course. And that way, help everybody else around you to achieve the best results that is possible. And as we said, a simple definition we're going to adapt is leadership is ability to leverage influence to achieve the best result. Ability to leverage influence to achieve the best result. And we in our discussion, we shall try to see what really the goal, what really the mission. How do you inspire others? What kind of motivational challenge, motivational factors we need to have? What is really the meaning of serving? What is empath? And trying to look on the creative imagination, ability to listen. That's one of the core qualities of a leader. To be able to be an example, exemplifying your leadership capability and skill. Team building, to become a risk taker, but also the process of continuous improvement is one of the very... Let's try to go further, deeper to that. Leadership is about skill. Like driving a bicycle, to be able to drive best the bicycle, you need to practice. There's some skill you have built up, but also as you continue doing it, you become expert. Even the car. Driving on main road is different from driving on the street road. The more you practice, the more you become better. So the aim of the course also is to imbue some leadership skills, which are tools, behaviors at motivating and directing others. So we want to build something new and give you tools, transform some behavioral aspect of your mind, and provide you with capabilities that you need in order to be successful at motivating and directing others. You need to be successful at motivating and directing your marriage. You need to be successful at motivating and directing your family. You have to be successful at motivating and directing your career. For sure, the skill will give you ability to grow and understand your inner motive and moves. But also, it will help you to help other people. And that's the purpose of this training this afternoon. To drive others to achieve their own success. So the question is, which is normally we start as we're asking ourselves in life, are the leaders born or made? Are the leaders born or made? When you see somebody you can recall in your mind who is a leader, what are the things in him? What are the qualities you see in him? What do you miss? Is there anything you miss that if you get it, it will make a difference to your life? Is there anything you miss that if you get, you achieve and become the best in whatsoever you do? What really are the things that a leader should have to make a way to achieve the best outcome that is expected of a leader? And that's what the really purpose of this. That's the really purpose of this. So let's see. If you look on a person like Martin Luther King, Julius Nyerere, John Pombe Magufuli, our Lord Jesus Christ, what do you see? What are the things? If you try to look, if you're having a piece of paper there, all the think in your mind, what are the things in them that meant to be the leader and powerful leader in this world? And what can be in you that could transform your thinking or your behavior to make you a better person, to make you a more successful person, to make you a better leader? And that is most important. So maybe you look up. Number one, any leader you know about is normally committed to the vision. Person who work hard to ensure that the mission or the vision, the idea he has in mind, is fulfilled. No. What is vision? Vision is a big picture of the future. To lead means you become ahead of others. To lead means you know what's happening tomorrow. And to lead means you are able to grasp of what is embedding in the coming future. So vision is a big picture of what really you want to be next 10 years, next 20 years, but also is a big picture of what really is your purpose in this life. Why are you born? Why did you study agriculture economics? Why did you study commerce? Why did you study medicine? The issue is not going to hospital every day and treat people. There is more than that. There is something in you that if it's excited and it's making to come, it will make you an impactful person until the end of your life. Also, these people, they understood their mission. Mission is the house. They are not the people who can just go and wait things to happen. They take control of events and happening in their lives. So whatever they do, they will always sit down and consider years to come. Martin Luther King knew what could be the end result of the racial discrimination in America. The same is to the Nelson Mandela. Soon he was out of jail, he knew. But death was never something to worry about for them, provided they achieved their dream, they achieved their vision. So there is something we say about them, all of them, the leaders, including our Lord Jesus Christ, is they had a picture of future. And then they did everything they have to their best to achieve the future. Last week I was talking to some students, and they are considering setting up an agricultural to do the business of selling farm outputs. Now, in a discussion, all of them, but I said all of the leaders in the world, they never looked on capital. But I said all of the leaders in the world, they never looked on capital. Capital was just something to use, and let me tell you, the world we are living, it has got with ideas and to help them to fulfill their outcome. So just start it, and then everything in the world will conspire to help achieve the best. Of these key leaders that you see as different from you, number one, they had vision and mission. Let me ask you and challenge you. Do you have a program of what you want to do before you wake up next day? Number two, when you get money, do you spend because you get money, or do you spend because you've got a program set aside for that? We know the time you're going to die. We know you may die before that time as an accident, but it is expected that a normal human being, if you look on average living standard, about 55 to 60 years old, but in some developed nations, they can go to 80. An average person dies at which age? So we can talk about a life of about 65 or 70 years. Now, if today you are end with some 35 or 40 years, and if you are 40, it means you've got some 30 years. And if you are 50, it means you've got some 20, 25 years. And if you're 60, it means you've got 20 years. So no matter how many years remain, you could always achieve the expected vision that you have in your life, provided you transform the vision into mission. Now, what's your vision for next 2 years? What's your vision for next 5 years? What's your vision for next 10 years? What's your vision for next 20 years? Even 50 years? In my book, which I wrote about in the world, particularly Roman Catholic Church, they have a plan of 500 years from today. And I met a man who has a plan of 300 years from today. He considers even his grandchildren who will live upon the earth as we continue having this life until the end of ages come. So number one, all leaders in the world, you want to be a leader? Be a visionary person. You want to be a leader? Have a mission on what you want to achieve your vision. Number two, all leaders, mention it to one, they understand who they are. Many people I've met in this life, they don't know who they are. They guess who they are, but they've never gone deep to ask themselves, who I am. That is defining your purpose. And yesterday, I was discussing with some students, some people, and I say students, I mean some people in the mentorship or in the leadership program. And all of them have studied certain education. One of them studied engineering, another one studied agricultural economics, another one studied finance at university level. And all of them were eager to follow the suit of what they studied. I said, no, your education is just making a ground level zero for you to succeed in your life, for you to become the best, to lead in whatsoever issue you do in life. So what matters is not the baseline, the foundation. It's not about your education. That already has laid the foundation. Now what can come visible in your life? The building you see on top of you, it was never part of the design of the foundation. What I mean is, the foundation was founded to be able to carry the building up. But you can build anything on the best foundation you put on downward. So your education, your first class GPA, your second class masters or whatsoever, has no much contribution to your vision. What matters after having all those things, put them aside and reconsider, reincarnate yourself to see what really is my purpose in this world. And sometimes in the past I've challenged them in youth. You were born in Tanzania, but you're not supposed to die in Tanzania. Think about global. Think about the world. Think about South Africa. Think about Kenya. Think about Uganda. Think about Malawi. Think about Lusaka, Zambia. Think about Botswana. You can live anywhere in this world. So don't think Tanzanially. Sorry for using that English. But think globally. Have a big picture of who you are and understand what you want to achieve. Number 3, all leaders, they had integrity. Now, people are mixing up here. I'm not talking about religious integrity. I'm talking about ability to live to your word. Ability to say something and live to it. As you promise people, ability to do so as you promise. As you work with people, ability to work with people as you say. So integrity is about being able to live what you say. Being able to state things the way you are. I'm training about leadership here. If I'm not living as a leader, automatically means I don't have integrity. Because what I say is different from what actually I'm doing. And that leads into failure. So I can't be a leader. Because what I'm saying with my mouth is different from what actually happened to my life. So to be a best leader, I'm supposed to have integrity. And integrity is to live your word, to live what you've said. And before you know it, you achieve to be a best person in this life. And before you know it, the word and people start running to you to see as a leader whom they can follow, and then can go together. Number 4, quality we see from the people who call them leader is to set an example. Now you need to be careful. I've studied some leaders on the beginning of this program. Some of them might not be leaders, because leaders is not about your legitimate position, it's not about the power. But have they been able to influence? Were they able to influence outcome through the human and economic resources they have? Number 5, all of them, they are able to use the power they had. For example, Martin Luther King was just a leaflet reader, but was able to influence millions of followers to be able to change the status of fascism in America. Nelson Mandela was able to motivate people through his behavior, and their people molded their behavior. Instead of going for revenge, Mandela decided to go for compromise. And that brought him to be a leader who has never happened in this world. There's no another. Our Lord Jesus, today, 1 billion followers, almost going to 3 billion. What made him to be a leader? All of us, we are following him as Christians. And I believe other religions have got also whom they follow. But here I'm talking about in the perspective of Christianity, because our Lord Jesus Christ made a sacrifice and lived by example, and that made him to be a leader in his area. Number 6 is ability to communicate effectively. Communication is a tool in leadership. Most of the leaders you know, they are able to have what they want on the written form. And there's no question how they communicate to their followers. I've met a lot of people, even the people in legitimate positions, who are very good, but they can't communicate. So the people who are following them, they're confused, because the communication is always never bring the result that is expected. When you read Martin Luther King anthem on about I Have a Dream, you can see the powerful communication effect. So you can't be a leader without ability to communicate your vision and mission. You can't be a leader without ability to communicate what you want to achieve in this world. And you cannot be a leader without ability to influence the people who are under you. Number 7, every leader you know about this world has a quality of ability to take calculated risk. Most of them, death was never something to fear about. But they are not fools that they say death come, because end of human life is death. From basis of religion, we understand, from basis of our belief, we understand that there is afterlife. But as far as this word is concerning, as this health is concerning, death is a point of no return. We may return, but not in this life again. The afterlife is very different from this life we live. So these people, they took calculated risk, and death was never one of the issues they were afraid about. When the vision is in their mind, they were able to work very hard and do everything possible within their power to achieve the best of whom they could be. And they helped the people and followers also to achieve the best. And they were not one-man show, but they created. Nelson Mandela created the other Nelson Mandelas. Martin Luther King created the other Martin Luther Kings. Julius Nyerere. And their leader is a person who can see emulation of the behaviors and perspective on others. Number 8 for today is all of them, whatever you can call about a leader, they had powerful problem-solving skills. A leader will never take a problem as a problem. We take a problem as a stepping stone to go further step up. We take a problem as a means to achieve the best outcome they expected. They are not thrown by problems, challenges. In their mouth, they're always trying to communicate, not a problem, they communicated solutions to the followers. I met a lot of people. You just start to talk to him, he's talking about problems. You remove him from the list of leaders, even on the SL leader. Yes, might be elected because of the position, because of the legitimacy, but he's not a leader. So just by hearing someone, maybe he's a minister, he's a president, or he's a vice president, or church leader, just by having one sentence he communicates to the public, you say this is not a leader. Because he's talking about problems. And nobody wants problems, you want solutions. So any leader must be adept solution provider. Must be problem solver. And in that regard, he must be able to read a lot, to consult a lot, and to conclude a lot. You want to be a leading person in your field, automatically you must be a problem solver. All the people in the holy books, particularly Bible, they become leaders because they solve the particular problems facing the society. So the ability to solve problems is one of the cornerstones of the leadership mandate. Now, I've said about are leaders born? That was a question. Or are they made? And now, to answer that question, I said it's better we go through some qualities of the leaders you know. There might be more, but these 8 qualities are representative of so many other qualities. We say number 1 is all leaders, now look on yourself, are committed to vision and they have a mission. Number 2, we say they understand who they are. I know where I am. I know the purpose why I'm living in this world. And I will do whatsoever is there in my powers to achieve it. Number 3, they have an integrity, the unquestionable integrity. And I said by definition of this training, integrity is ability to live what you speak. Ability to live what you speak. Number 3, All the leaders you know about in this world, they exemplify who they are. They lead by an example. You can't be, for example, a church leader and teach people about praying while you're not a prayerful. You can't be a person who maybe help people to become successful while you yourself, you are poor, you are pauper. You can't be a person who motivates people to achieve the best result while yourself, you are achieving nothing. So, setting an example. Number 5 is all of the leaders in this world, they've got ability to influence others. Ability to motivate people. Motivation, influence means motivate people to support your mission. And therefore, mold their behavior. It's about behavior change to achieve the best outcome. And number 6 is ability to communicate. An effective communication mindset. That is the making up of a leader in this life. Number 7 is ability to be a risk taker. All leaders, they took risk. All leaders, they are not risk avoidance. Why? Because if you finished your college, you have tried to look for a job, when first day you cannot take a risk to go somewhere far away and explore yourself and expose yourself. I remember sometimes when I was young, by grace of God, I think that I got a job. But I was considering going to settle myself in South Africa. I said I will start from zero, using my brain, using my knowledge, and see what I can achieve. And I sold that idea to one of my friends, Jeremy. And today is a successful businessman in South Africa. Another one went to Malawi, and today is taking some goods from abroad through the Dar es Salaam port to Malawi. So don't be ignorant. If you find things are not working somewhere, change your mindset. Adopt a new way. Adopt a new structure. And before you know it, the best in you will be able to be managed. So take risk. Don't avoid the risk, but I've said calculated risk. It's not about finding a fire and jumping to the fire and saying, I'm taking risk. That is stupidity. And number 8 is any leader is a problem solver. If a person is not a problem solver, he's not a leader. And you can never be a leader without being a problem solver. I've told you an example. When I hear someone, if even I meet you as you listen to this presentation, by first 5 sentences, I'll know you're a leader or you're a useless chap. I'll see if you talk about problems or solutions. Leaders about solutions. They have no problem. Problem is a stepping stone to higher levels of achievement. So those 8 things I've talked about. My question to you is, are they readable? Are they something you can groom yourself to have? If the answer is yes, then leaders are never born. Leaders are made. I repeat, leaders are never born. Leaders are made. Today, through this transformative approach, you'll be able to gain capability and become a leader in any area of life you endeavor. So it's a matter of learning. You need a structured training that will imbue the leadership skill in you. They are there already. But it's just a matter of motivating you to apply them, to be able to talk about it. But it requires open mind. It requires your passions. It requires commitment. And it requires to put into practice everything we are training you through this course. Thank you very much. And to recap this first part, we are talking about leadership skills. And we say that there are tools, behaviors, and capabilities that you need in order to be successful at motivating and directing others. Now, this is different from leadership. Leadership is about leveraging influence to achieve a goal. Leveraging influence to achieve a goal. Now, to be able to leverage influence to achieve a goal, you need some skills. And that's what we call leadership skills, which is the purpose of this course. Which are the behaviors and the capabilities in order to be successful at influencing others at family level, at business level, at work level, at any level. So the skills will help you to grow to your ability, but also skill will help you to help others to achieve the best who they are. Also, we said about the sources of leadership. And we said leadership is about power. And we said about many 4 sources of power in leadership. If you can remember, number 1, we said, what are the sources of power in leadership? Number 1, we said about legitimate. Number 2, cohesive power. But we said now this power is just like the engine of the car. It needs fuel, and the fuel is the skill. If you say this is an economic fuel engine, it means it uses efficiently power, but the power requires skillful application so that it can influence and motivate others to achieve the goals you expect. So the key issue is not about power. It's not about being appointed minister of Tanzania, of government of Tanzania, being appointed president, being appointed whatsoever position you can talk about. The key issue we are discussing here is about the skills you need to adopt